Hello everyone, it's your buddy Sven here, once again coming at you with another Warframe video. Now, today I'm going to be discussing this frame right here, Equinox. I haven't gone into depth on a frame in a long time, and I'm looking to do this since, Equinox just came out. Confirmed to be female in both forms. I kind of like the idea of the day being male, night being female. I think that's an interesting idea, but that's just my opinion. Now, in case you guys haven't noticed, if you've watched any of my other tutorials, like Getting to Know Valkyr, I usually start in the arsenal and I just get right on into everything, but I want to cover how to get Equinox as well. Given the fact that she's so new, I wanted to talk about how to get her a little bit. Now, what you do is you go to Uranus here. You go to the depths of Uranus. That's a joke. And then you go to Titania for Tile Regger. Now, that's a submersible fight, meaning it's a little bit of Arcwing, a little bit of Standard. He's not an overly difficult boss fight with the right party. However, the thing about Equinox is that it takes a total of 9 parts. You have to build the day segment and the night segments respectively, and the entire sum of the day will take 72 hours upon completion. Each part takes 12, and then the night will take 72 hours, and then it'll take 72 hours for the standard frame. I caved and bought Equinox Plat. I will admit that I caved and bought her with Platinum. The cost of rushing all of her parts is 300 platinum, and buying her outright is 325. So if you're going to rush Equinox, I highly suggest just getting the extra 25 plat, putting that in, because you get the already installed Orkin reactor and the Warframe slot. The Orkin reactor and slot combine to, I think, 35 platinum, and that comes up to 335 platinum if you're going to go get the extra slot and the reactor outside of just buying Equinox herself, so you're saving a little bit of plat. Now, to discuss her abilities, which is what everyone wants to know. Equinox, baby, can you face forward? Thank you. Now, I'm going to go into detail on how the main 4 attributes, correlate to her abilities. I've been loving her already. I've formatted her once already. She's almost into her second format. I'm excited. I love this frame. So starting off, we have Metamorphosis. This is the skill that you have from the get-go. This is what lets you swap between day and night Equinox. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so how do I know which one I'm going to start? Do I start in day? Do I start in night? That is dependent on the hue of your energy color. If you have a darker energy color, you'll start in night. Like my case, I have this green as my standard energy color that you see on my frame in my little shoulder and chest plate. I have that green, so I start in night. If you have a lighter color, like a white or whatever the case is, periwinkle, you'll start in day. This is really cool. The default energy color for Equinox will start you in day. I just thought that was an interesting little thing to know, and I only learned that recently, so there you go. I'm imparting my knowledge for whatever I can to you guys. So Metamorphosis is how to switch forms, and when you go to night, you gain bonus shields and armor, and then you gain bonus damage and speed when you go to day. Now, this is based on strength, duration, range, efficiency, as all moves are in the game. Some moves won't impact it any, but strength will increase the buff effects, like how much armor and shield you gain, how much damage and speed you gain, depending on where you're going and which form you're doing. Duration increases the duration of the buff. The duration can go upwards of 1 minute and 10 seconds if you max your duration, and then range has no effect because it's just on you, and efficiency, as it does with every single move in the game, it reduces the cost. Next up, we got Rest and Rage. Rest and Rage is a very fun skill, especially the night form of it. In night, you put your targets to sleep, and in day, you make your targets more vulnerable to damage. Now, duration increases the duration. Strength has no effect. Range does increase the range of it or decrease the range of it, depending on how statistically strong your power range is. And efficiency lowers the cost. An important thing to note, if the target is in rest, they are vulnerable to finishers. This can make an otherwise strong enemy go down in a matter of 1 or 2 hits. Very fun thing to note. I have a friend who I've been playing Equinox with. We got her the same day. I focus on my day form, he focuses on his night, so we learn a little bit about the frame with each other. It's pretty fun. Now, your 3 right here is Pacify and Provoke. In night form, you reduce the damage inflicted by nearby enemies. In day, you increase the power strength of nearby allies. An important thing to note with Provoke, though, the day form of it, Every single time someone uses an ability in your provoke, your energy goes down a little bit. It's a constant aura that takes, I think it's only 10 energy to actually use, but then it goes down for each ability used inside of it. Now, strength will increase the damage reduction in night form, and then it'll boost the power strength that it gives to your friends in your day form. Duration has no effect because it's a toggle and all that fun stuff. It's based on energy. Range increases the range of your buff and or debuff to their enemies. And then efficiency messes with the cost and either increases or decreases it. Now, number 4, I've had way too much fun with this. Mend and Maim. Equinox's ultimate skill is so much fun. I can't describe it any other way. In night form, allies are healed with each nearby enemy killed. Now, this seems a little bit like Well of Life, where hitting an enemy with Trinity's Well of Life will heal you upon impact. This is just for killing, but if you have a very good burst frame or a very quick DPS frame, that's a lot of healing. Now, in day form, nearby enemies are bled and subjected to a wave of slashing force. The way Maim works is that you put out a wave of slashing force, and then around you in a range, in a circle, you deal slash damage. And at low levels, this is enough. I have literally walked around Apollodorus and Mercury and whatnot at just getting the ability, and people were getting chopped in half just by being around me. Now, later on, you can't run around in a T4 survival just chopping things down at 40 minutes with just the procs, but it's pretty useful. And then based on the amount of slash damage you do, you'll do the same wave when you click 4 again by default to cancel the move, quote-unquote, which will let out a nice little slash wave, and the slash damage on that wave is dependent on not only your power strength, but also the amount of slash damage you do in the ultimate. So strength, duration, range, and efficiency. Duration has no effect. Strength does either more health or less health depending on your strength fix, because you can go negative in strength. Now, it'll also increase the damage of both your slash procs and the overall wave at the end. Range will increase the range, so in Mend, it'll be the range in which people will provide health when killed, and the slash damage for your day. And then efficiency, of course, is the cost. Now, I'm also going to be going over my personal loadout for it. People have kind of liked these little loadout segments, so I'm going to keep doing it. Now, I have a personal preference in this, and you are welcome to correct me if I'm wrong here. If you have a certain build for Equinox that you like, I've been building my Equinox strength and efficiency because I like the Maim passive so much. I love the ability, so I'm building it around a day build Maim and then Mend and all that fun stuff. I like strength and efficiency on this frame, but I also throw in some range, and who knows, if you guys have success with something else, please post it in the comments. I love hearing from you guys about Warframe builds, and I love talking about it. This is such an open-ended game, and I love it. Anywho, I will show you my mods for the meantime, if I actually know how to click mods. So, I just start with Energy Siphon. It comes with a line aura polarity, and Energy Siphon is my favorite aura mod in the game, so I was extremely happy. I play a Vitality. Now, of course, I haven't quite equipped every single mod yet, so if you would give me one moment, I actually have a little bit of fixing to do. Just throw those two on, and then I'm debating what to throw on this other one. But I have a Vitality, a Transient Fortitude, a Flow, an Intensify, a Streamline, Fleeting Expertise, and Stretch. Now, as you guys can see over here, my power duration has gone to shit. This is because it's only 30%, and that's because in addition to playing I play Fleeting Expertise and Transient Fortitude, which comes to an overall negative 70% duration. Nice thing for us, duration doesn't necessarily mess with much because I don't use my Rest or Rage much. And the buff overall from Equinox can be really strong, but overall I trade that off in favor of some strength and efficiency. Now, my efficiency goes to the cap of 175. The true value is 180%. However, 175 is the cap to keep people from having borderline free abilities and just a constant spam. You could still do that with a few abilities, but it's a trade-off. Power range goes up to 145% just because I have a standard stretch. I don't have a narrow-minded on. Well, narrow-minded would actually impact my range. Wow. My bad. But my strength is 170%, which is really good for my slash procs. Now, my personal favorite primary weapon in the game, the Soma Prime. Equinox has a whole slew of abilities and ways to build her and all this fun stuff. So I just go with my Soma Prime. That's my personal preference. Twin Grakata, mostly because I'm a huge fan of Clem in the Warframe universe. And if you don't know who Clem is, it's from a comic called Lil Tenno, which is a fan-made comic, and it's about a Grineer Lancer who idolizes the Tenno, and Clem is absolutely adorable in the way they act. And one of the comments, he's talking to Excalibur, and Excalibur's like, pointing out the Latron, and so he just holds up a Grakata and yells Grakata, and then the Excalibur wants to correct him and say no Latron, and then Clem just holds up another Grakata and goes two Grakata. So they actually threw the two Grakata weapons in the game. I wanted to use it. I'm actually having a lot of fun with the two Grakata. I think they're a very strong secondary. And then of course I have my Dragon Nikana. This thing has got me through so much. I don't usually leave without it. It's a very fun weapon. Anywho, this concludes my tutorial for Equinox. I hope you guys learned something. I love this frame. Please keep me posted on how you guys build her. If you guys have a really fun way to build her, there's so many fun things to do, so please keep me posted. Anywho, if you like what you heard in this video, please leave a like. That helps me out so very much. And if you want to, please click the big red button like you know you want to down there. It'll subscribe to you guys. It'll keep you updated when I put videos out on my channel the moment they come out. And besides, who doesn't like clicking big red buttons? Let's get real here. Anywho, this has been Sven. I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.